Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name's GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Saturday Top 10, where today, guys, we're going to be counting down the top 10 training spots in Treyarch Zombies history. This was requested by Clouded, and I'm sure a lot of other people did as well. If you guys have a top 10 you want to see here on the channel, make sure to comment it down below to be featured in another Saturday Top 10. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be behind the greenhouse on Nuketown. Now, this is not a normal greenhouse, it's the house that's green, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Overall, this area is massive in the backyard, and there's plenty of room to maneuver around and everything like that. I personally like going underneath the stairs, but I know some people don't like that, and you definitely can't do that if you accidentally open up the door like into the greenhouse from the backyard. But overall, I think this spot's really nice. You have plenty of room to maneuver around, like I already mentioned, but the main thing you got to worry about is the crack. Sometimes, like, you can get stuck on like a literal pebble or something like that, and also if you throw a monkey bomb right at the crack, it will actually not do anything, so you got to be careful about that. But other than that, I think the greenhouse is a perfect spot in the backyard. All right, guys, coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be the 9 first room. I did not do that intentionally, but I think that the 9 first room is really nice. Now, obviously, you have to worry about the fire on the even rounds, which can be a little bit annoying. But other than that, you get plenty of room to maneuver around and things like that. And it's honestly my favorite first room challenge, or one of my favorites, because if you end up getting the 10 kills with a specialist weapon, you can just stay in the first room and have a pack-a-punch strife right off the rip, which is really nice. So overall, I think the 9 first room is just great. It's so open and large as well, and even if the fire is coming, you can still kind of like just stick to one side if you really need to, or you can time it and run through where the fire goes. So it comes in here at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be the Die-Rise Booter Room. Now, I've never actually trained here too much, so when I was recording gameplay for this, I realized how easy this actually was. Now, obviously, this liquefier is absolutely amazing, and I do remember on launch day with this liquefier being in the booter room and getting like a ton of chain kills before it got patched, and having the AN94 near there as well is really nice. And then if you need to get more points or anything like that, you can just jump across and hit up the shower to get more points, or put a lot of points back inside your bank, which is really nice as well. So Die-Rise Booter Room definitely deserves to be here on the list, and it comes in at the number 8 spot. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be the Moon Biodome. Now, the Biodome is massive, and even if you're playing on Black Ops 1, it's very dreary and gruesome, and I honestly think it's really boring, but there's no denying that there's a ton of empty space there to maneuver however you would like. If you want to use explosive weapons on Black Ops 1, obviously you can buy PhD in there, but there's just so much room. Whatever side you feel more comfortable in, you can go next to, like, right out to the teleporter, or you could go right out to like where Deadshot is. So it really doesn't matter. There's plenty of room in there, and I remember actually training in here back in the day with friends, where we would each get like a different part of the biodome, and everything would go pretty smoothly. So it definitely deserves to be on the list, and it comes in at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be the Origins Crazy Place. Now, I personally think that this spot is really good, but usually when I do end up using this spot, I will do the entire Easter egg first, except for getting the Maxis drone and releasing Maxis, and I just train in there, and it's really easy to do. But obviously, if you don't grab any of the parts for the staffs, you can also train in here. So this is a really good strategy if you have like an alternate ammo type on the Black Ops 3 version. You can just train in there and instantly keep chaining zombies with like dead wire or something like that. So it's a really good spot. It's wide open, you got plenty of space to maneuver around, and the spawns are actually pretty fast because it's completely contained in that area. I'm not saying it's like insanely fast. If you want to be faster, you can just stand next to the fire area, but overall it definitely is a very good training spot, wide open, and it comes in here at the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the Diet Machine first room. Now, if you guys were like me and got Dark Ether camo in Black Ops Cold War, I literally only trained in the Die Machine first room for literally almost every gun, and I just found it to be the easiest to hoard up zombies. The spawns were fairly quick, and then all I would do was run them in a line and just try to headshot as many as I could near the build table, and I found this to be the most effective strategy overall for leveling up guns or getting headshots or just killing zombies in general, or 20 kills without dying, etc, etc. I think that the first room is just really nice. There's plenty of open space. You can train, you can cut back, whatever you want to do, and overall it's a really good first room for getting a lot of kills, and that makes it a really good training spot as well. So it comes in here at the number 5 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the Revelations first room. Now, if you guys are like me and you like doing first room challenges, Revelations is definitely one that I recommend you guys play. It's really fun to play with classic goblins, because once you get to the higher rounds, it's really difficult because you have Furies, you can also get a Panzer, you get Margwas, all that sort of thing. So you need a lot of open space, and I feel like there's a couple different areas where you can train on this map, but you do have to worry about the spawn locations because that can really mess you up. Like, for example, if you're closer to quick revive, there's like 4 spawns right there that can converge on you, so it's not really that good. But also, if you're near like the portal to go into Noct, zombies can actually jump like over the rocks there as well and come behind you, so you just got to be a little bit more aware. But overall, the Revelations first room is massive, so you got plenty of room to maneuver around and things like that. Coming in at the number 3 spot is the greatest map of all time, Kino. It's a joke, I'm just kidding, but the Kino Stage is definitely one of the most iconic training spots in all of Call of Duty Zombies. Now, obviously, you have to worry about the Nova crawlers here, which are my main drawback in my opinion. I think that really suffers, honestly, and like when you have people doing like the stage strat and like, for example, Syndicate's game was fake and things like that, like that never actually happened. It takes so long if you're going for high round training on the stage. I think the highest I ever got to training on the stage was like 40 about, which seems right, but I've gone to 100 plus out in the alley with a thunder gun. So I think out in the alley is just better overall, but at the same time, everyone that I saw comment on this says the Kino Stage, so we're putting it here because it seems like a lot of casuals like to use it. So it comes in at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be in front of the Lighthouse on Call of the Dead. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite spots of all time. You have the AK-74U wall by there, so you can get plenty of ammo and points using to kill all the zombies. Now, the main drawback here is that you got George Romero walking around. Don't actually shoot him, but if you do, there's a small water area that you can actually go into. So it's really nice if you have like Matryoshka dolls, or if you have PhD with a scavenger, you can just shoot and you won't get killed by zombies that are converging on that spot when you have to bring George in the water. But overall, there's a lot of empty space and open area, and you can also open the walkway to go directly to Jug as well. So that's usually my route at the start of a game. I'll go and turn on power, then I'll launch over right above like where the characters are, and then just by the door down to in front of the Lighthouse. So it comes in here at the number 2 spot. All right, guys, we have a couple quick honorable mentions. The first one is going to be on Town. Now, there's a bunch of different areas on Town where you can train, and of course, this is a very iconic map. You just got to worry about the lava. Next up is the Mob of the Dead Bridge. It's really nice to train on there, but you do have to worry about Brutus spawning, which makes literally the map screen shake simulator. And then last but not least, the last honorable mention is going to be right in front of the Flogger on Shino Numa. If you have a Wonderwall or a PPSH on World at War, or if you're playing Black Ops 1, there's plenty of room here. You just got to be a little bit careful of the zombies that jump over the fence there. That's how I've died a lot, and it sucks. All right, guys, now it is time for the number 1 spot. And coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be at the Ascension platform near PhD. This area is so open, and obviously you can call in the lunar lander if you want, but if you don't want to, you can just leave it there. Now, the main drawback here is honestly the barrel rolling zombies. That's literally the only problem I've ever had on this map, just when zombies barrel roll, which gets a little bit annoying sometimes. But other than that, there's plenty of open space. You got enough room to cut back, or you can turn around. You can put the claymores in the corner if you want. There's also a grenade wall by there, which I don't know why you would buy grenades, but Ascension is definitely one of like the classic zombies maps that was just really simple. Now, yeah, it had the first Easter egg and stuff like that, but there's just so much room to train there, and I feel like Treyarch designed it that way so people would get better at zombies. So anyways, guys, that is going to be the top 10 training spots. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.